Good evening, good evening, good evening. Thank you all for joining. Welcome to each of you for being here with me on Facebook Live to introduce to you all Danielle Speaks, hashtag Danielle Speaks, the podcast that has been birthed out of me from different scenarios, different situations. And I'm so glad and so elated that you all have decided to take time out to interact with me on this evening, as well as to hear what Danielle Speaks is about, as well as to be able to know what we're going to be discussing in the near future during our podcast events. So, again, I am so glad that you all took the time to be here with us. I am going to ask right now for those of you that have joined to please love and share this video, not like, but love and share this video for me so that we can get everything started. Um, Also, I would like for you to know that during the course of this podcast, this conversation, this one-on-one that I'm going to be having with you all here, we're going to be able to chat a bit. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask in regards to the discussion topic that we'll be dealing with on tonight. Please put it in the comments. You can put it in our inbox. That'd be great if you do not want to be seen on the live. And I promise it will be anonymous to those of you that don't want to have it out there. But again, I am so happy to have you all with me. So let me start with this. Let me tell you or introduce the podcast by letting you know, number one, how often we will be doing these podcasts. So hashtag Danielle Speaks will be done every 2 weeks. And of course, we started on today on the 7th. And so the very next podcast will be on September the 21st. And it will be on Tuesday evenings at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that is going to be every 2 weeks. This is how I'm going to start. Starting with every 2 weeks because I want to make sure that the content is relevant and I want to make sure that the audience that needs to hear is going to hear and that they will be reached. Okay. So again, mark your calendars every 2 weeks. Today is the start. So every 2 weeks, and the very next one will be September 21st. So that's the first thing I wanted to get out. Secondly, want to discuss with you the type of topics that we're going to be dealing with. The topics can range from church topics, marital topics, singles, children conflicts, or situations, life. As you all know, I am an author, so we can discuss information in regards to my book, Shame is Not the Blame, which I do have here on my shirt. And you can see a few of the books probably behind me. We're going to also be talking about some things about the hair industry, because guess what? That is also my business. We're going to be talking about relevant topics. If you have any topics that you want to discuss during this journey, feel free to be able to shoot me a text, shoot me an email, go to the website, put that information on our website, www.daniellerlee.com, and you will be able to see or add your information or your topics of discussion in there as well. So we're going to do a wide range of topics. We're going to talk about life. We're going to talk about the world. We're going to talk about this COVID situation. We're going to talk about the pain and agony that has caused some of us. We're going to also talk to some professionals. There are going to be times that we will be doing interviews. So we're going to talk to professionals in regards to the COVID situation, how we're going to be dealing with individuals, let's say, in the world of the industry of business, the industry of hair, just in general. How do we go out and we in the streets? Do we mask up? Do we not? Do we vaccinate? Do we not? Do we gather together as family and friends? Do we not? So we'll have all of those type of discussions. So again, love and share this video. I definitely want this information to get out there. And what I also want you all to know that this will not be long topics of discussions. We're going to probably try to limit our podcast within 35 45 minutes. Definitely not going over into an hour. The reason why I said 35, 45 minutes is because I can talk. I'm a talker, and I can probably get a little extensive, but I want you all to communicate as well. I want you to be able to know that you can discuss openly, and so you will have time to do so. And so because I want to make sure that you have time to discuss, we'll have longer topics of discussion. Sometimes it may be just 20 minutes, like today. It's not going to be long because this is the introduction to the podcast. I also want you to know that at any point in time of this podcast, if you have any questions in regards to anything, please feel free to ask. Because again, I want to chat with you all. You all know I just recently had a book signing. It was phenomenal. And a lot of people have been asking me in regards to it. How was the book signing? I hate the fact that I missed it. When are you going to do another one? Let's chat about it. Well, if you would like to chat about it, let's do so. You can do so today if you want to ask some questions. That's if you have read the book, because you have to ask something that's relevant content, okay? So if you want to ask some questions regarding the book, I will answer some things depending on the questions. Don't want to give too much details because, of course, we don't want to discuss the book. We want you to purchase the book. So I want to make sure that we keep that clear, but definitely wanting to be able to be open and honest, because this is going to be a safe zone. It's going to be an honest zone. We want to make sure you know that whatever topics of discuss that we discuss, you're going to get truthfulness and honesty from me, because that is what Danielle Speaks is all about. I want to make sure that you get my heart, you get the honesty on every level there is in regards to me. So with that being said, let me let you know what our first topic is going to be during the podcast. And the first topic of discussion that we're going to have is in regards to conflict. Wow, that's big, right? A lot of us are going through conflicts now. Not sure of how we're going to deal with the conflicts that we're going through now. Not sure of how to handle it. We're not even sure what conflict is. So we're going to be doing that discussion. We're going to discuss what it is. What is conflict? What is it? We're going to talk about how it works. We're going to have a topic of discussion, and we're going to talk about the issues that conflict causes. We're going to talk about the spiritual, physical, emotional, mental, social aspects of conflict, what it does to us as individuals when we're dealing with conflict on a daily basis. And we're going to also talk about what God says about conflict. What do you say about conflict? How do you seriously and truthfully handle conflicts when you're in these situations? So that's what we're going to be discussing. And we're going to be discussing this openly and honestly when we have these discussions here in our podcast. That is going to be discussed on September 21st at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live with us on Facebook. Here's the thing. If you have any questions in regards to conflict, how are you dealing with the conflict right now? What conflicts have you dealt with recently or even in the past that have put you in a certain spot or a certain situation? Please feel free to communicate with me to let me know what you want to see, what you want to hear, because we want to make sure that we're doing this where it's going to be effective. So I wanted to share that with you as well. So now I know it has not been a long time because, as I stated before, this one is going to be short because I'm introducing it to you guys, right? So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Let's chat about it. Again, my book, Shame is Not to Blame, was written out of so much of trials, pain, conflict, if you will. And a lot of the conflict that came out of that book was conflict that was within myself. So that's why I think, too, conflict is one of the things I want to start with. Not only that, but even though I've learned and have grown from conflicts of the past, there are times that we're still learning and growing. We're still going through conflicts as of today. So how are you dealing with the today's conflicts and issues? How did anything that I've learned from my past, how did that bring me into what's going on today and how I'm handling it today? Did I grow up? Did I learn the test? Did I pass it? Probably not if I'm going through same things, right? So that's what we want to go ahead and discuss. So I will say this, that one of the major conflicts that I did have when I wrote Shame is Not to Blame is a conflict that was embedded within me. I will say a little snippet of conflict that I felt that I had within my family, with my father, with I won't really say with siblings, because I don't really think that I really had a conflictual issue with siblings, but just the relationship of how I felt with my dad and how I felt my dad treated me differently through my eyes and through eyes of some others. But still, this is how I had to deal. But the very first thing that had to happen with me in learning and dealing with that conflict is I had to learn to deal with me. A lot of times that we see a conflict or we see a situation, we look forward and we go, oh, you did that. You did this to me. This is the reason why I feel this way or I'm acting this way. And all it is because I'm the actual person. I had to look in the mirror first. I had to heal me first. I had to say, Danielle, but what is it with you that may have caused X, Y, or Z? My sister's probably going, oh my gosh, she said XYZ because I say XYZ a lot when I have no words to fill in. Ha. Anyway, this is an honest podcast, so I'm being honest about that information right there. XYZ. Anyway, but because I started to deal with the inner Danielle first, because I started to deal with myself, because I started to take care and heal Danielle. Yep, Deidre, I see you. Because I started to heal Danielle first, I was able then to understand, decipher through the conflicts that I had. And I began to learn that it wasn't just about the other individual, but it was about me. So when I started to learn what Danielle had to do, then things got better. I was able to calm myself in heated moments and look at the situation from a different aspect and a different point of view in order for healing to take place. Did it happen immediately? Absolutely not. Nothing, in my opinions, happens so immediate. However, it takes time. And so we want to talk about what time has to do with conflictual information as well. When you put time on a thing, what happens? Ooh, I think, is that a word? That's not a word? No. Journey, very good. Step one, introspection. It starts with you. Very good. That's a great word to use. That instead of saying XYZ, I can use introspection. Thank you, Journey. But it is so true. You have to do that. You have to start with you. So I can't wait to speak with you all in regards to conflict and to speak with you all in regards to life in general, to speak with you all in regards to what Danielle Speaks has to offer the world, my wonderful viewers. So, without further ado, here it is, Danielle Speaks podcast. Again, every 2 weeks, it's going to start. Well, it started today, but every 2 weeks. The first one, conflicts, is going to be discussed on September 21st at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I can't wait to see each of you here. And for those of you that have joined, are still here, thank you so much for your time. Let's see, Journey, thank you so much, and thank you for sharing this post. Hey, Mom, I see that you are here. Thank you so much for being here. Deidre, thank you so much for coming in. Raphael, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for coming in as well. Margie, hello. Thank you for coming in. Mario, thank you so much for your say a word. No. Thank you so much for coming in as well. You guys, listen again, share this post, share this information out to others. If you have any questions, again, feel free to do so, because this is interactive. Now, right now, it's just me talking to you here live on Facebook. There'll be times that I will have, again, people for interviews purposes. So please feel free to help me out by chiming in, saying something, asking a question. I'll be happy to give you any answers that I can, any comments that I can to share with you. I'll be happy to do so. So I'm going to give you all a moment. I'm going to continue to say my hellos to some of you that have just joined in. Ramona Jones, thank you so much for joining in. Please share this video. Charlene Murphy, hello. I'm glad to see that you are here. Please share this in this live. Eloise, thank you so much for being here. Yes, please, please, please share and love this video, this Facebook Live. Again, this is going to be great. Listen, I'm excited. I don't know about you all. I'm excited to be able to share my life with you all and into the world, and to let you know that if I can change, if I can heal with everything that has gone on in my life, if I can do inner healing, if I can do outer healings mean being able to heal with those that I felt that really, really hurt me, and to go over some of the hurt, whether it was church hurt, whether it was physical abuse, all of those things, whether it was from family, from loved ones, different type of issues. If I can heal, if I can go through the loss of children, if I can do all of those things and still be here and still survive, I promise you, you can do it as well. So I want to say to you all, this is going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing, an amazing ride. I can't again wait to continue to share myself with you all and with the world. Please, please, please love the video, share the video, and until next time, September 21st, I'll be seeing you then. Thank you all so, so much. And you have a wait, I'm looking at a comment. Healing is not impossible. We are living proof. Yes, ma'am, Journey. That is so, so correct. We are living proof. Healing is not impossible. And I can say we are living proof in regards to the healing within my family. There were a lot of spots within my personal family that needed to be healed. There are still spots that still needs healing to take place, but we were able to heal, and it works. It's good, and we're still healing, we're still growing, we're still learning and loving on each other, and I'm excited about it. So that is a great comment, Journey. Thank you so much for even stating that. Again, if anybody else want to comment, you can feel free to do so. I have taken up the 20 minutes of your time that I stated that I would take up. And I don't want to belabor the time with any of you. But if you don't have any, or if you have any more questions, again, feel free to have your input. Yes, teacher, we are healing. We are definitely healing. Eloise, thank you so much for sharing. Hey, Brenda, how are you? I'm hoping and praying that you are doing well. And I'm going to say this, I guess, in close to my closing in regards to the COVID topic. I know that this is not a topic that is going to be discussed immediately. And I am not a medical doctor. I'm not a nurse. I'm not licensed. I'm not an expert. But I will say this in regards to this information. What I want to say is that COVID is real. There are so many people out there that believe it's a hoax. They believe that, it's been made in a lab by the government. It may have been. I don't know. I'm not governmental, so I can't tell you that. But it was made in a lab, that, it's genocide is a way to control, all right, us, if you will. People are not getting vaccinated because they're thinking the vaccination is going to be the same as Tuskegee with the syphilis case that happened. And so people are refusing to get vaccinated because they're thinking it's the similar situation as the Purge. I don't know if you all have seen that movie, but it was like, what, one day out of the year that it was like free zone. You can just kill off who you want to kill off to keep the population down. So a lot of people are thinking in those lines as well. Excuse me. Listen, what I'm here to tell you is COVID is real. It has hit my family so hard since 2020 that it is ridiculous. And we just lost another family member on yesterday because of COVID. Yes, she was fully vaccinated, but we lost her anyway. We still have family members that are in the hospital fighting for their lives because of COVID, fully vaccinated, but they still have COVID. There are people out here that are not wearing their masks. They're not protecting themselves. They're coming close to you. They don't even care about the close contact or the social distancing, if you will. They're not trying to do those things because they're selfish, they're unaware. That's my opinion. Now I'm saying how I feel. My opinion's only. If you don't feel the same way, then I'm not talking to you, I guess, is to say. But I want to talk to you because for me, these are the people, right, that because of they're so nonchalant about it, we have the cases going up and up and up and not caring. Our school district's board members had the audacity to say that they didn't really they weren't concerned about the children that are going to school right now. They're in God's hand. Yes, God is in control. Yes, God knows everything. He's the ultimate person, not person, being, if you will, because he ain't the person. But God is sovereign and he knows. He's omnipotent, omniscient, all of that good stuff. However, we have to be expedient in doing the things to protect ourselves and protect the people around us. Our children 12 under 12 can't get vaccinated. So because they can't get vaccinated, even if you are vaccinated, they're susceptible. This Delta variant is serious. It's attacking a whole bunch of us. And if we're not protecting our children, then the generations behind us are gone. And if there's nobody behind us, what's going to happen to society? What's going to happen to our lineage? What's going to happen to all of those things? So, okay, that was my soapbox. I'm sorry about that soapbox, but it's just that serious to me. I've gone back to putting on gloves when I go back to the grocery store, and I saw my cousin in the store. I'm masked up with gloves. She was like, "Girl, you got on gloves? Are you serious?" And then I told her, "Yeah, so and so just passed away." And she was like, "Oh my gosh!" I was like, "I'm serious." And she was like, "I hear you. I feel you." So just be diligent in regards to your goings and your comings. Be diligent in regards to your gatherings. Even if you say, oh, your family, so I don't think that you're going to carry anything because your family. Listen, church people, I love each and every one of you, but be careful because we're contributing to this because some of us are going to church and we're gathering together. Now, this is not a knock about gathering at church. This is not what I'm saying because a lot of churches may be gathering and they're doing so effectively. They're doing all of the precautions and necessary precautions for the services. But there are a lot of churches that are not. You got people that are going to church and they believe that, well, God gonna protect me. Y'all better stop playing with God and stop using him like, oh, okay, well, God gonna heal me. God, keep that up. Don't tempt him. Don't do him that way. Okay, I ain't God. I ain't talking for him, but don't do that. Just don't do that. Protect yourselves, please. Just be expedient about it. Okay, I'm off that soapbox. I love each and every one of you. Seriously, for real, I do. And I want you all to be in the best of health. Take care of yourselves. Check yourselves with these vaccinations. There are some people that have gotten vaccinations that still don't have antibodies for multiple reasons. Some could be because they have underlying health conditions, and because underlying health conditions that they have are causing the antibodies not to be as effective. And it's for their immune system. So, or their immune system is not as strong enough to hold the antibodies. I don't know if I'm saying it that correctly. Again, I'm not a doctor, but I know what I'm saying in my head. It might not be coming out right in my mouth. However, check yourself, check your antibodies. One of my uncles, fully vaccinated, he has COVID in the hospital. The doctors say he don't have any antibodies. They're trying to figure out if he really was vaccinated, but it could have been a lot of different reasons. So just check, go get an antibodies test just to make sure that you still have antibodies in your system, because it can wear out after a certain period of time. Okay, I'm done with COVID. But anyway, I'm so glad that you all joined me on this evening. I appreciate all of the love, all of the time that you all gave. And I would like to say to you that, again, every 2 weeks, next week, no, not next week, every 2 weeks, the 21st of September, we will be doing our first topic of discussion, which is conflict. So I can't wait to see each of you all there. Again, thank you for the interactions. Please love this video and share it. Until next time, you all be blessed and you all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Goodbye.